Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going deep on a lesson designed to help you find some real inner peace.
And we're going to be looking at how we can use this lesson to really break down all those negative thought patterns that can creep in.
Exactly. And the whole thing hinges on two super powerful affirmations.
I am as God created me.
And I am his son eternally. So to really get started, let's dive right into the lesson itself.
Okay.
I am as God created me. Today we continue with the one idea which brings complete salvation, the one statement which makes all forms of temptation powerless, the one thought which renders the ego silent and entirely undone. You are as God created you. The sounds of this world are still, the sights of this world disappear, and all the thoughts that this world ever held are wiped away forever by this one idea. Here is salvation accomplished. Here is sanity restored. True light is strength, and strength is sinlessness. If you remain as God created you, you must be strong, and light must be in you. He who ensured your sinlessness must be your guarantee of strength and light as well. You are as God created you. Darkness cannot obscure the glory of the Son of God. You stand in light, strong in the sinlessness in which you were created, and in which you will remain throughout eternity. Today we will again devote the first 5 minutes of each waking hour to the attempt to feel the truth in you. Begin these times of searching with these words. I am as God created me. I am his son eternally. Now try to reach the Son of God in you. This is the self which never sinned, nor made an image to replace reality. This is the self which never left its home in God to walk the world uncertainly. This is the self which knows no fear, nor could conceive of loss or suffering or death. Nothing is required of you to reach this goal except to lay all idols and self-images aside, go past the long list of attributes, both good and bad, you have ascribed to yourself, and wait in silent expectancy for the truth. God has himself promised it will be revealed to all who ask for it. You are asking now. You cannot fail because he cannot fail. I think one of the first things that jumps out at me is that core statement, I am as God created me. How do we actually start to live that out in our normal day-to-day life?
Well, think about it this way. If you start your morning by actually saying those words, I am as God created me. I am his son eternally. You're basically setting the tone for your whole day.
You're sort of intentionally choosing how you want to approach things.
Yeah, you're choosing to remember your true nature right from the get-go instead of just getting swept up in all the stuff that the world throws at you.
Yeah, I can see that. And the lesson also talks about taking some time for quiet reflection to actually try and connect with that Son of God within. Why is that so important, do you think?
Well, it's all about creating space to tap into that deeper peace that already exists inside you. It's that part of you that's beyond all the ego's judgments and anxieties and just is.
Just pure being.
Exactly. And by spending some time with that, even for a few minutes each day, it can totally shift your perspective.
So you're basically carrying that peace and clarity with you throughout your day.
Right. It's like setting an anchor that keeps you grounded. Now, obviously, throughout the day, you're going to interact with people and you're going to face different situations. How does this lesson play into that?
Yeah, it seems like it would really change the way you see those interactions.
It totally does. Because when you approach every single person with the understanding that they too are as God created them, a whole lot of judgment just falls away.
You're seeing their inherent worth, regardless of their behavior.
Yeah, their actions might be coming from a place of misperception, from that egoic thought system, but their true nature is still perfect and whole.
So you're not condoning bad behavior, but you're choosing to respond differently.
Exactly. Instead of reacting with anger or defensiveness, which is just the ego talking, you can respond with compassion.
Because you understand that everyone is ultimately on the same journey.
Right. We're all just trying to find our way back home. It's a process. And this lesson is all about choosing to respond in a way that aligns with your own true self.
And that true self is love.
Absolutely. But that doesn't mean it's always easy, right?
No, definitely not. There are always going to be challenges and temptations and stressful situations. What do we do when those come up?
Well, that's where this lesson really shines. Because it teaches you to see those difficult moments not as real problems, but as illusions created by the ego.
Like those things are just distractions from the truth.
Exactly. So when something stressful happens, you can choose to get caught up in it, or you can take a step back and remember who you really are.
And that allows you to choose a different response.
Yeah, you can choose peace instead of conflict, love instead of fear.
That takes practice though, right?
It definitely does. It's about constantly reminding yourself of that core truth. I am as God created me.
So we're talking about a continuous conscious effort to shift our perspective.
Absolutely. And as the day goes on, you can use those little quiet moments to reflect on your experiences.
It's like taking inventory of where you got caught up in the ego's games and where you were able to choose a different path.
Exactly. And it's a chance to cultivate gratitude for all the opportunities you had to practice forgiveness, to connect with your true self, and to choose love.
Because even those tough moments are opportunities for growth.
They absolutely are. And it all comes back to this idea that we have the power to transform our daily experience. We can move away from those knee-jerk reactions rooted in fear and towards a life that's grounded in love and inner peace.
It's a pretty radical shift in perspective.
It is. And it all starts with remembering who we truly are.
There's also a really practical exercise that goes along with this lesson.
And this exercise gives us some very specific tools to actually put this lesson into action.
Okay, so this is the practice exercise.
If you do not meet the requirement of practicing for the first 5 minutes of every hour, at least remind yourself hourly, I am as God created me. I am his son eternally. Tell yourself frequently today that you are as God created you. And be sure to respond to anyone who seems to irritate you with these words. You are as God created you. You are his son eternally. Make every effort to do the hourly exercises today. Each one you do will be a giant stride toward your release and a milestone in learning the thought system which this course sets forth.
So it's really about taking that core understanding and making it tangible in our lives.
Right. It's about moving beyond just intellectualizing this stuff and actually experiencing it directly.
We're talking about actually dismantling those egoic illusions.
Yeah, and when we do that consistently, we start to tap into a whole different level of peace and freedom.
So we're not just talking about a temporary fix, we're talking about a lasting transformation.
Exactly. But the thing is, you're probably going to forget to do this exercise perfectly.
Life gets in the way.
It totally does. And that's okay. The whole point is not to get caught up in being perfect, but to just keep coming back to it when you remember.
Every moment is a new chance to choose love.
That's right. So be kind to yourself, forgive yourself, and just keep practicing.
I think it's so powerful to remember that I am as God created me. It really has the potential to change everything.
It really does, because when you truly remember your inherent nature, you realize that you are already perfect and whole.
And that's a truth that nothing in the world can touch.
That's the real power of this lesson.
So, as we wrap up here, I want to leave you with something to think about.
What would change if you consistently reminded yourself of this truth?
How would remembering your inherent nature shift your perspective on the challenges you're facing right now?
That's something for you to explore.
We hope you'll join us again for our next deep dive.
Until then, keep practicing.